We got to talk about this, Jeremy, because
what do you got?
This is baffling. This is insane, dude. You did a line.
Dude, that
An insane line to the Carlsbad Gap in Secondhand Smoke. What were you thinking? And who was that dude right there doing the is that Rodney Mullen?
Yes, it is.
Yeah, that had to be Rodney, right?
A lot of people ask, like, who is that, like, dude doing the pogos? And I was like, that's Rodney.
Random Rodney.
Mm-hmm.
Well, and you see someone in front of me right there skating down the sidewalk?
Yeah.
That's Danny Wray.
Wow.
So him and a buddy were skating down because they wanted to see the whole line. So that's Danny skating in front of me. And it was Danny's idea to do a line to the big gap.
Okay.
Because we had been doing lines where you go down that first set of stairs that you do the tray flip on, and then we make a right over the whole gap, and then there's a ledge.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
So we were doing that line over and over with everybody. Everybody's trying to get lines there. And then Danny was like, well, what if you make a left and go to the big gap? Like, well, we can try it. Let's give it a shot.
And how many tries did that take you? Because that's a long line, man. Listen,
it is.
You
only
did
line.
like 3 tricks, but still, I mean, to get to
well, that's the thing. If you see the raw footage, let's see, Dan Sturt filmed it, but somehow Jake Rosenberg has the raw tape.
Okay.
So he posted up some of the earlier tries of the frontside flip down the gap, and on the earlier ones, Dan Sturt ran down the gap with me. He got off his board and ran down. So like. And on this one, he didn't like the way he filmed it. See how shaky it was?
You could see, because listen, you're hauling ass and he has to stop right there.
Right. And he was stopping and running down the gap and jumping. He was in the air with me most of it. And then that one, for whatever reason, he stepped up. Maybe he stepped off his board funny and got a bad step. And he didn't go down with me. And he's like, that's the one you had to make? He filmed it so bad in his opinion that he wanted me to do it again. So I tried it again for him. But what you can see is when I ride into the grass, it was super muddy that day. It had just rained the night before. So when I walked off, there was mud like over my soles, onto the white part of that shoes, all the way around, just caked on mud. So even when I tried to get back on and do it, there was no way. There was just all the grip was lost.
Gone.
Damn.
So I tried a few more times and then I realized, you know what? I'm just going to stick with the one we got. But in the earlier tries, I did a lot more flat ground on the way to the gap.
Oh, you did?
Oh, yeah. I was filling it up with flat ground every, few squares. And then realized that I'm going to get worn out just doing flat ground, and I'm never going to make it to the gap. So
and you got to keep tray flipping the stairs.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
which probably at the time, that might have been the biggest stair set I've ever done a tray flip down. That wasn't something that I did very often.
How many stairs was this?
Is that 6
I think
or
it's an
7?
8 stair.
Is it?
oh yeah.
I don't know. Is it 7?
7?
Yeah, 7.
7.
Yeah.
I mean, listen, bro. I mean, what a great
well
line.
Have been a fucking 8 stair or 9 stair.
Like, I'm always paranoid trying to do flat ground tricks in between my tricks,
Well, especially if it's this big.
I can't. Yeah.
I'd like to see the raw footage from this and see those other ones where like I was doing, like nollie heel flips and 180 flips and stuff like that. And then I'd get stuck on something about 5 tricks in.
Sure.
And then it was like, you know what, let's just get to the gap and get one. And once I have one, then I can fill it in.
There you
work
go.
backwards.
And I can always do it again
Yep.
and just make sure I can make the line and then get the next one. And on this one, you see I'm riding a 101 Gino Celtic board.
Now I could almost imagine you didn't almost have to go into the grass right there. You were in such control.
I liked rolling away straight. And that's what's funny. Some people say, oh, like he didn't have control, he's going into the grass. But I didn't like turning out of it. I wanted to go straight.
You would. I feel like you just want to roll. If you were in control and you landed and you just, I'm going to just follow the pathway. And
For me, I just like going straight.
you just like going straight.
Yeah.
Huh.
I didn't want to take the curve.
Okay.
But I definitely could have.
Yeah.
And in the end, other people liked it better when some people took the curve.
Mm-hmm.
So, and I had my backside heel that I did over it that I took the curve.
But that makes sense.
For my interview, I did a back heel.
Because the front side flip for Goofy, you would probably naturally.
See, even the front side half cab, I went straight and I just go straight into the grass.
You probably
The front side half cab was the first trick I ever filmed for the Plan B video. I got on Plan B, and 2 days later, I filmed that front side half cab.
Oh, really?
That one, yeah. That was the first trick I filmed for the part.
Okay. Did you like this? Did you like your front 3 over that?
No.
I could imagine. For me, it was
like,
sick.
It's one of those ones like I wanted to do it perfect.
Right.
And of course, after I did that one, I tried it again. And I kept trying to fight it and get the one, but the ground's so slick there that it makes it slide.
Yeah.
And it hits so hard, it doesn't just let you right away clean. So in the end, everyone else who was there was like, hey, we like that one.
I mean, it was stylish, but
like,
I could imagine.
I don't hate it, but
Right.
I know I could do it better. So
No, I was
yeah,
bummed.
I'm okay with it. And it stands out a lot because it is under control and it slides, but
Hey, you
that's
don't
all
put
you
your
can
hands
do.
down.
No, yeah, it's completely under control. Just the ground's so slick and it hits so hard.
Right.
It made me.
Some tricks at that
slide
spot,
out.
you naturally just go into the grass.
Of course.
Depending on what, like a frontside flip, you're kind of still going that way when you land.
Well, plus, if you look at where I'm landing, I wasn't the type to barely clear the wall and land right there. I'm clearing it by like 5 feet.
Yeah.
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 I always would rather clear it by 2 feet than come up 2 inches short.
I mean, look how far.
Like, look, I'm
literally
past
look.
the crack.
Yeah.
Now,
Yeah, I was always just going fast as I could, clear the crack, and that momentum will carry you forward. Because if you go slower, you're more likely to stick too.
absolutely.
Because your momentum going forward stops, and especially there, it's all uphill landing.
It's uphill. Right.
You're gonna get stopped and just stuck.
Now, was this frontside flip the one that was in your line, or was this a different one?
That's
the
Sturt
one.
following me. That's the one. Yeah.
Okay.
And they did it for the beginning and the end of my part. And they did the same thing with Ronnie Bertino in the video, where he did his switchback lip, and then the end, that was the beginning and end of his part too.
Oh, yeah. It shows him like turn around to give the high fives, right?
Right. Exactly.
Yeah.
So that's they had a little running theme going with that.
Dope.
How many times do you think you got to the frontside flip on that line?
From what I remember, the one that I made was the 4th time I had done the frontside flip down the gap.
Wow.
So I got it on the 4th one.
Crazy.
So you do your flip tricks down big gaps pretty quick, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the thing. Like,
Yeah.
you have to be confident and know that you're going to do it. I'm not going there trying to see if I can do it. I'm going there because I already know I can do it, and I just have to like not freak out. If you're confident and you're relaxed when you're doing it, and you just don't kick it out, it's there.
Right.
You know. So you just have to think of it just like flat ground.
That's
If
the
you catch it,
Yeah.
if you're able to flip it and catch it, kicking it out takes more effort than landing it.
It totally does, dude. That
Yeah.
sucks when you skate stairs. You're like,
Well, and if you start kicking it out, it's hard to undo that
Undo
because that
it.
becomes
Yeah.
your natural reaction. Is you get it to your feet and you want to kick out,
Right.
and then you get stuck doing that over and over.
It's-
If you can just try to stay with it and not kick out, just relax and let it go to the ground, you're more likely just to make it in the first couple tries.
Listen to the man, Dubs.
Yeah,
This
that's why I was never good at
me-
fucking jumping
bro.
down shit, bro. I was not. I had moments of confidence of jumping down shit, but to be honest,
Right.
like I never felt like I'm going there to do
Right.
this shit. I was going there and I'm gonna see, I might do it.
And it's also that muscle memory. Like I would try to nollie heel flip gaps or switch heel flip gaps, and I would kick it away. Of course, I'm
Right.
not going to land it. It's my muscle memory's kicking in right there.
Right.
I'm
you'll have
doomed
one
from
you
the
caught.
start.
Yeah.
You'll have that one you caught perfectly, and
You
you're like,
kicked-
why did I kick that away? Why did I kick it
Why?
away? It's because you already kicked it away the 20 times before that,
Yep.
and it hit the same way. So like, you get that one that feels perfect, and your legs just react and they kick it.
and when you stick that one, it changes your head.
Oh my God.
You're like, oh my God. I think about
Yeah,
the
it
trick
was so easy.
differently.
Well, it's almost like being scared to try something, and then you try it, and that first time you try it, you're like, okay, cool, I got this.
Yeah.
You get rid of all that.
Yeah, you get that
stuff.
first one out of the way, and you understand it a lot more. Yeah.
Right.